with full Shraddha in Bhagavan Rama and Vaashishthaji, that they will bless us with the right vision of the goal and means. As a result of this regular study of our Yoga Vaashishtha Maharamayana Shastra, here we are continuing even though the text is very big. So what? We are in touch with the Lord, we are in touch with the Gurus, we are in touch with the Jnanam. Wonderful, isn't it? Let us today study and see the 39th Sarga of 3rd Utpatthi Prakaranam. Om 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 Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Bhakti Yoga Dharma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsha Rishibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyah. Om Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattuliyam Ramanama Varanane. Om Brahmanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadrusham Tattvamasyadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigунarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Om Parabrahmane Shruti Samasta Brahma Bhakti Yoga Dharma Vidya Acharyebhyo Rishibhyo Munibhyo Gurubhyo Devatabhyo Asmad Gurubhyo Namaha. Sri Ramachandra Parabrahmane Shri Vaashishtha Vishwamitra Valmiki Vedavyasa Vamadeva Naradadi Brahma Vidya Yoga Vaashishtha Maharamayana Shastranam Acharyebhyo Namaha. Sankalpaha Tesham Sarvesham Krupanugrahena Upanishad Yoga Vaashishtha Maharamayanoktha Brahmatmaikyamodena Asmin Kshane Eva Moksha Kaivalya Praptyartham Sanatana Dharma Se Vishwavyapti Vishwa Adhyatmika Pragatyartham Dharma Samsthapakanam Nitya Nirantara Digvijayartham Sri Rama Mandiravat Shiva Krishnadi Mandiradinam Punarvapti Desha Nirantara Shastra Adhyenadinam Dvara Bharatavarshasya Sanatana Dharmasya Bahyabhyantara Shatru Vigna Samula Nirmulana Purvaka Bharatavarshe Vishvecha Asmat Kshanadharabhya Vaidika Hindava Samskrutehe Dharma Moksha Purusharthanam Susampratishtha Avaptyartham Asyam Kakshayam Agatanam Sankalpita Satkarma Sudigvijayah Tesham Hridaye Parabrahmadinam Prati Bhaktyadinam Dvara Janma Safalyartham Aneka Shastranam Adhyena Sadhana Prayatna Madhye Shri Valmiki Maharshi Virachita Shri Rama Vasishtha Samvada Rupa Shri Yoga Vasishtha Maharamayana Moksha Prakarana Shastrasya Smrti Shastrasya Parayanam Adhyenam Sadhana Prayatnam Muktyartham Vayam Sarve Karishyamahe. Mangalacharana Shlokaha. Om Yatah Sarvani Bhutani Pratibhante Sthitani Cha Yatraivopashamam Yanti Tasmai Satyatmane Namaha. Jnata Jnanam Tatha Gneyam Drashta Darshana Drishyabhuh Karta Hetuh Kriya Yasmat Tasmai Jnaptyatmane Namaha. Sfuranti Sikara Yasmat Anandasyambare Vanau Sarvesham Jivanam Tasmai Brahmanandatmane Namaha. Divi Bhumau Tathakashe Bahirantashcha Me Vibhuh Yo Vibhatyava Bhasatma Tasmai Sarvatmane Namaha. Satyam Jnanamanantamekamajaram Nityam Vibhum Shashvatam Pratyak Brahmarasayanam Sukhaganam Purnam Param Pavanam Swatmajyotiranadi Nidhanam Maya Vilasairmoho Vishwakaramapastamaya Vande Vishuddham Padam. Jnanadevatmano Mokshah Natu Karma Samadhivih Ajñato Sausasadrusyam Srujati Veti Kirtyate तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे। विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहम्। तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्रीगुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नता स्मः। पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्दिदीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरविकलयन् शिष्यभावं वितेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये। ओम श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्री वशिष्ठ विश्वामित्र वाल्मीकि वेदव्यास वामदेव नारदादि योग वासिष्ठ महारामायणादि शास्त्राणाम आचार्येभ्यो नमः। श्री योगवास महारामायण शास्त्रम तृतीय उत्पत्ति प्रकरणम लीलोपाख्याने निशाचराकुल रात्रि रणांगण वर्णनम नाम एकोनचत्वारिंशः सर्गः। So 38th Sarga we have done yesterday, 40th Sarga continuation. That they stopped Yuddha, they went away, the Sainyas. Then what is the entire Yuddha Kshetra? Filled with the rivers of blood, the dead bodies, the half dead animals, human beings, and the whole scene so abominable, horrible. Describe. Continuation of that night time, that Ranangana Varnana, all the Bhuta Pretas came there for their munching, dancing, and drinking the blood. That horrible scene also is described here. Vaashishthaji has seen all of that. So don't get frightened. By getting frightened, nothing is going to happen. Only by knowledge and right living, the right things will happen. So, Nishachara Akula Rananganam, Ratri Rananganam. रात्रि के टाइम पे वो युद्ध क्षेत्र with nishacharas, those who live or are awakened in the nisha ratri time. So रात में जागृत होने वालों का वहाँ रणांगन में रहना. Okay, let us chant this sarga, small one. ओम श्री वसिष्ठ उवाच अथ वीर इवारक्तः कालेनास्तमितो रविः अस्त्रतेजः परिम्लान प्रतापोब्धौ समुज्झितः रणरक्तरुचिर्व्योम दर्पणप्रतिबिम्बिता जहौ सूर्यशिरच्छेदे शिरश्छेदे सन्ध्यालेखोदभूत् क्षणं भूपातालनभो दिग्भ्यः प्रलयाब्धिजलौघवत् समाजग्मुस्तनत्ताला वेतालावलया इव मृष्टध्वान्तासिवलिते दिननागेन्द्रमस्तके सन्ध्यारागारुणं कीर्णं तारानिकरमौक्तिकं निःसत्त्वेषु तमोन्धेषु रसनारसशालिषु सङ्कोचमाययुः पद्मा मृतानां हृदयेष्विव मीलत्पक्षाः क्षणात् सुप्ताः कृच्छ्रप्रोच्छितः कन्धराः कुलायेषु खगा आसन् शवाङ्गेष्विव हेतयः आसन्नचन्द्रसुभगा लोकाः कुसुमपङ्क्तयः उल्लसद्हृदया जाता वीरपक्षेष्विव श्रियः रक्तवारिमयी सायम् अङ्गगुप्तशिलीमुखा सङ्कुचत् वक्त्रपद्माभूत् रणभूमिर्दिवाब्जिनी उपर्यभूत् व्योमसारः ताराकुमुदमण्डितम् अथस्त्वभूद्वारिसरः स्फुरत्कुमुदतारकम् तमस्य पेतभीतानि भूतानि मिलितान्यलम् पयांसिव विनेतूनि प्रसृतानि दिशं प्रति आसीत् रणाङ्गणं गायद् वेतालकुलसङ्कुलं क्वणत् कङ्कालकाङ्कस्थ कङ्ककाकोलकेलियत अथ काष्ठचिताज्वाल सताराम्बरभास्वरं पचत् पच पचाशब्दि मेदो मांसमयानलं सर्वाङ्गास्तिस्फुटा स्फोट स्फुटच्चितचयोन्मुखं वेताललनारब्ध जललीलातिरोहितं श्वकाकयक्षवेताल तालकोलाहलोल्बणं गमागमेन भूतानां समुड्डीनवनोपमं रक्तमांसवसामेदो हरणव्यग्रडाकिनी चर्वितासृक् स्वमांसा चरितासृग्वसामांस स्रवत् सृक्किपिशाचकम् मध्यमध्यचितालोक प्रकटासृक्षवव्रजं विरूपिकानीयमान स्वां सन्न्यस्तमहाशवम् उत्तण्डवोग्रकुम्भाण्ड मण्डलोड्डामरोदरं छमिच्छमित् प्रलापान्तं मेदोसृक् बाष्पसाम्बुदं वहद्रक्तनदीरंहो रूढभूचररूपिणं वेतालकुलकङ्काल कर्षणाकुलकाकलं मृतेभोदरमञ्जूषा सुप्तवेतालबालकं विविक्तैकरणोद्देश पानक्रीडास्थराक्षसं रूपिकपेटिकावान्ता रणरटरटारवम् अर्धपश्वशवास्वाद लुब्धयक्षोल्लसत्कलि तुङ्गवङ्गकलिङ्गाङ्ग तङ्गणाङ्गलगत्खगं तारापातोपमहसद् सम्मुखज्वालरूपिकं पतद्वेतालसोल्लास मध्यस्थासृग्विरूपिकं पिशाचाकर्णिताभ्यर्ण योगिनी गणनायकं प्रसृतान्त्रमहातन्त्रे प्रायसम्पन्नवादनं पिशाचवासनोत्क्रान्त पिशाचीभूतमानवम् रूपिकालोकनापूर्व त्रासार्धं मृतसद्भटं क्वचिद् वेतालरक्षोभिः रवरीपूर्णमद्रकं स्वरूपिका स्कन्धपत चवत्रस्तनिशाचरं नभः सङ्घटिता पूर्व भूतपेटकसङ्कटम् अतिप्रयत्नापहृत म्रियमाणनरामिषं स्वभक्ष्यापेक्षपक्षेषु विक्षिप्तशवराशिमद शिवामुखानलशिखा खण्डोत्थमिति रक्तगैः समुड्डीन नवाशोक पुष्पगुच्छमिवाभितः कबन्धकन्दराबन्ध व्यग्रवेतालबालकं यक्षरक्षः पिशाचादि कचदाकाशगोल्मुखम् आकाशभूधरनिकुञ्जगुहान्तकाल पिण्डोपमण्डिततमोऽम्बुदपीठपूरं व्यालोलभूतरभसाकुलकल्पव्यावात द्यूत व्याधूतलोककरकाण्डकपेटकल्पम् इत्यार्षे श्रीवासिष्ठमहारामायणे वाल्मीकीये उत्पत्ति प्रकरणे लीलोपाख्याने निशाचराकुलरात्रि रणाङ्गवर्णनं नाम एकोनचत्वारिंशः सर्गः। श्रीराम जय जय राम, 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 जय राम, जय राम। श्रीराम शरणं मम, श्रीरामायण शरणं मम, श्रीवसिष्ठ शरणं मम, श्रीविश्वामित्र शरणं मम, श्रीव्यासा शरणं मम, श्रीवाल्मीकि शरणं मम, श्रीनारद शरणं मम, श्रीसरस्वती शरणं मम, श्रीसद्गुरु शरणं मम, श्रीराम शरणं मम, शरणं मम, शरणं मम। 39th सर्गा निशाचराकुल रात्रि रणांगन वर्ण। सो रात्रि के टाइम रणांगन निशाचरों से आकुल था, filled with all of them, उसका वर्णन। Okay, Shri Vasishtha Uvacha. Vasishtha ji says, so अथ वीर इव आरक्तः कालेन अस्तमितो रवि. Like the Veera Yoddhas, full of blood hit by the arrows, was Lord Surya too. Toward the end of the day, got that Rakta Varnata. Naturally, sun setting time is red in color, like in the rising time also. So Bhagavan Surya also, like the Veeras, full of the blood color in the evening. Then Astra Tejaha Parimlana Pratapobdau Samujjitaha. All the tejas of all the astras has totally bent down and has drowned into, gone back into the Yodhas unmanifest. The manifest tejas of the astras, you know how? Because the Yodhas were using them. Now there is no tejas in the astras, they are just there. Means some of the astras must be seen here and there, unused. No, there's tejas because the people who use them and feel the tejas in them, they have either half of them died, the remaining have gone, called of the war, stopped the war. So the astra teja is shanta. Not a bad sign. It is good that astra shastras are not used for any further killing. Then rana rakta ruchir vyoma darpana pratibimbita जहौ सूर्यशिरश्चेदे संध्यालेकोदभूत क्षणम. So, Surya Shirashchede, as if Bhagavan Surya's Shirachedana happened, means slowly the Surya has gone in below the earth, the other side. Sunset over. So, Rana Rakta Ruchir Vyoma. At that time, just before the sunset, the Vyoma Akasha was Rana Rakta Ruchir. It was appearing in the reddish color, like that of a blood in the Rana Bhumi only. Darpana Pratibimbita. So Akasha was the Darpana, doing the Pratibimba both of the Lal Surya setting, so to the blood that is there on this battlefield. Then when the Surya Bhagavan also went down the beyond the mountain and below the earth, setting Jaho Surya Shiraschede Sandhya Lekha Udabhut Kshanam. At that very moment, the Sandhya Samaya has come. Wherein the sun set हो गया, पूरा darkness नहीं हुआ, but the sunlight is not there. The redness also slowly was going away, leading to the darkness. So the Sayankala Samaya Varnana is done here. Then what happened at that time as the sun is setting? That is why we, at this time of sunset, have this Upanishad Vedanta Gita Bhagavatadi class. I don't know, I think from the year 99 or 2000 onward, 26 saal, except sometimes during some Tirtha Yatras, almost every day in this evening time between 5:36 to 8:39, we always have satsang. I don't even remember how the evening looks like. Never seen only. And you all know evening classes to लगातार हो ही रहे हैं. Evening Sandhya Samaya. Because that is the most dangerous time where all the Bhuta, Preta, Pishacha come out and wants to capture someone, enter into someone, do some negative effect. To protect from it, the Sandhya Deepo Namostate, Sandhya Deepo Prajwalanam is done. Then Bhagavad Nama Sankirtanas are done. It's a very good healthy sign. You know, from 96 onwards, 30 साल हो गए हैं. सायं का समय I don't know. He was never on the road between 6 to 8. Except on Tirtha Yatra time, that's it. If there are no Tirtha Yatra, the only one thing is a class. No maskari, no just like that. Never. We don't know. That's what the training Gurudev gave us. So evening time sunset होते ही देखो भू from the earth, patala from the patala bhumi, nabho from the akasha, digvyaha from all directions. Pralayabdi jala ogavat. like the Pralaya Samudra coming, or the Samudra overwhelming during the Pralaya Kala. Like that, Samajagmuhu came, uh, Sanattalaha, with full of the claps and making sound. Who are they? Vetalaha, Valaya Iva. All the Bhuta, Preta, Pishacha, Vetala ityadi. From the Patala, the Bhumi, the Akasha, the Chaturdika, they have come to that Yuddha Kshetra. Everywhere they go, but here the Yuddha, their feast here. All types of dead bodies fallen there. They need not go in search in the smashana for somebody to come. तो यहाँ से आराम से लाखों है. So these Vetalas came from all directions. समाज जगमुह तनत ताला, तनत मतलब ताली बजाते हुए, ऐसे गाना बजाते हुए एक दूसरे को बुलाते हुए they came, है ना. Then मृष्टध्वांत असिवलिते दिन नागेंद्र मस्तके संध्या राग अरुणम किरणम तारा निकर मौक्तिकम. See, mृष्टध्वांत, a powerful night time. Asi, like a sword, acted. And what it do? Dina Nagendra Mastake. The daytime named Nagendra's head, Valita, was cut. So the head of the daytime named Nagendra cut by the sword of the night. Sandhya Raga Arunam. So the Sandhya Aruna Varna, the red color of the evening, slowly went away. Kiranam Tara Nikaram Auktikam. Slowly on the sky, the Mauktikas, the Motiya, the pearls of Taras, the stars were seen. So this is how the nature, this is what is described in those days. They were very fond of. They are not lost like us in the TV and all. That naturality or that creativity, etc., are totally dead and gone. Nowadays, because of all that, ये सारा सृजनात्मक मर गया है. छोड़ो सब. Enjoy prakriti. Enjoy doing yourself something creative. Enjoy doing sadhanas. So the night named sword has cut the head of the Nagendra of the daytime. Then the Sandhyavarna also gone away. Evening time came. All the taras like the pearls are seen on the sky. Then Nissatveshu tamondheshu rasana rasashalishu sankosamayayu padma mrutanam hrudayeshu iva. The Yodhas may be dispersing, going back to their place. Some of them must be collecting their weapons and all. So, Nissatveshu tamondeshu. The evening darkness came, and in the people also the tamoguna andhakara came. Therefore, their sattva, energy, etc., were gone away. Rasana rasa shalishu. Otherwise, they were enjoying the yuddha rasa throughout the day. But now the Sayankala came, mutually agreed, they stopped yuddha. Their sattva, strength, energy, all were gone back into the self. अनमैनिफेस्ट हो गए. संकोच मायु पद्मा मृतानाम हृदय शिव. All the hridayas of people of wanting to fight the war, all the power, valor, inspiration is gone like the lotus closes in the evening time. So nobody is interested in that. And this is everywhere you see. When the movie is over, people come out. All their utsaha, kamala, hridaya gets closed because okay, cinema or cricket match is over. So as the excitement was there right from beginning, when the match is over, when they are coming out of stadium, oh हो गया बंद, बुरज जाता है ना, उत्साह चला जाता है ना. I can't give this example because you not like it. That just as our class is getting over, you also feel so bad, like the closed lotus. अरे class हो गया, कल तक wait करना पड़ेगा. You know. It is other way around. Your दिल खुल जाता है कि क्लास खत्म हो गया. Let us enjoy the world. ये उल्टा एग्जाम. So निस्सत्वेषु तमोन्धेषु रसना रसशालिषु संकोचमायुः पद्मा हृदयेषु इव मृतानाम्. Then मीलत्पक्षाः क्षणात् सुप्ताः कृच्छ्रप्रोच्छितः कन्धराः कुलायेषु खगा आसन् शवांगेषु इव हेतयः. So the people who were there dead to their body, so many arrows were stuck. Okay, the whole scene was appearing like the arrows sharply standing, the backside of the arrow, like on the trees, the nests, the pakshis are standing with their heads lifted up to make sound or whatever. So that's how everybody looking like a tree and the arrows looking like the birds in their nests, looking up as if wanting to go. So Milat Pakshaha Kshanat Suktaha Kruchra Prochita Kandaraha. So Milat Pakshaha, the ones who have closed their eyes, Kshanat Suktaha Kruchra Prochrita Kandaraha. From the Kandaras, head he lifted are the birds. Kulayeshu Kagaha. Asan Shavangeshu Iva Hetayaha. In the angas of the Shavas. The Heti means the Khadga or the arrows were looking like the birds lifting their head in the nests. So the bodies were the nests, arrows were the birds. Sharp, the पीछे का भाग arrow का जिसको बाण धनुष पे लगाकर छोड़ते हैं ना, looking like the panchi. Then evening time, Chandrama came. Therefore, asanna subhaga lokaha kusuma आसन्न चंद्र सुभगा लोकाः कुसुम पंक्तयः उल्लसधृदया जाता वीरपक्षे शिवश्रियः. So the kusuma panktis, the evening blossoming flowers, having seen the moon arriving, they all blossomed. Example is ullasat hridayaha jataha veerapaksheshi iva shriyaha. Among those two who were doing yuddha, those who are in the side of victory, उनका दिल कैसे खुलकर खुशियां आनंद मनाता है. Like that was the flowers blossoming, having the moonlight arrived. Naturally, those people having gone, they count, they estimate. यार अपने कितना योद्धा मरे, हाँ वो लोग 3 या 5 या 100 या 50 पूरे 158 मरे हैं. So what about the enemy Baksha? Oh, we have killed 5,000 or 500. So then we have victory. We killed them more. So that is Veera Paksha's Hridaya Ananda Yukta. Like in this Gulf War, whenever these drones from Iran are hitting the American bases, Israel cities, they are celebrating. Now they are Veera Paksha. When America and Israel are destroying the missile launchers of Iran and exactly targeted, hitting they are doing with their missiles, killing top leaders. इन लोगों का celebration. I stopped seeing all that. अब भूल गया मैं, छोड़ दिया. होता ही रहता है. A past, I told you what happened last 2-3 days, I don't know. Okay, so here also like the विजेताओं की तरह चंद्रमा का देखकर all the flowers were blossoming. Then रक्तवारिमयी सायं अंगगुप्तशिलीमुखाः संकुचत वक्त्रपद्माभूत रणभूमिरिवाब्जिनी aha. So Raktavari Mai, that Bhubandala full of the Raktavari, the blood pools were there. Sayam Anga Gupta Shili Mukha. So the Anga of the earth is Gupta, covered by the Shili Mukha, the sharp arrows, etc. Everywhere in the Bhumi, the arrows, the weapons were there, not allowing the earth to be seen. Sankujat Vaktra Padma Bhut. So the face of the Bhumata at that time appearing like the closed lotus. Sankuchat Vaktra Padma Bhut Ranabhumi Rivabjini. Like the lotus closes in the evening. That time the Bhumi also closed. The Bhupadma Murja hua hai. Both ways you can say. One way is what? Seeing so many dead bodies fallen, Bechari Bhumata Dukhi Hokar. or she must be enjoying the Yuddha. No, Yuddha stopped, therefore she became Sankucha. Either of them you can take. In that way, is that Bhumi Varnana going on. Then Upariyabhut Vyoma Saraha. On the above is the Akasha Nadi. In that Tara Kumuda Manditam, the Taras, the Tarakas, the stars are the Kumuda, the lily flowers on the ground. Matlab, in the sky. The sky is the river, lake, nadi. In that the stars are the lily flowers. Below, Adhastvabhut Vari Saraha. Below is the Sara of the Vari. The water lakes are there. Spurat Kumuda Tarakam. In that the Kumuda flowers are blossoming like Tara. This is all poetic thing. Akasha Nadi mein Tara is like the flowers. And the flowers in the waters of the earth are like the tarakas. Good. There is one song in our language during that Kartika Purnami, the wonderful day, all women folk, thousands and lakhs of lamps, they live in the river's waters. बहुत होता है दक्षिण में और मेरे ख्याल में सबसे ज्यादा उड़ीसा. So some poet wrote a song, huh? Ki who are the women folk who have put the lamps of tarakas on the sky. And for them, when they are seeing the lamps on these rivers, they might be thinking, these are the tarakas. They also are questioning, who are the ones who have put. So the women put those women, anybody, mainly the women, they put that lamp. Always in Sanatana Dharma, the lamp or the prakasha is the sign of light, which we say we neither cheat others nor we get cheated. Because अंधकार में ही धोखाधड़ी चोरी चोरी होता है, isn't it? There's अंधकार, only ignorant people do all that nonsense. Okay, so the above the Akasha river, the stars are the flowers. Below the water river, the flowers are the stars. Then tamasi apayeta bhitani bhutani militanyalam vayam payansiva vinetuni prasrutani disham prati. So, like waters want to overflow, full of it, and there's nothing to stop it. How the water flows and spreads all over. In the same way, apeta bhitani bhutani. All these terrible bhutas, preta, pishacha, this night time, they are coming and spreading themselves in all directions in search of whatever the dead bodies they want to eat there. Bhutas, all of them, those who are the Mansa, Bhakshaka beings, etc. Tamasi, Apeta Bhetani, Bhutani, Militani, Alam, Payan Siva Vinetuni, Pravrutani, Prasrutani, Disham Prati. So nobody to stop, they just came moving. Night time they come, that's so. Then, now comes from here onwards, the Ranangana Varnana, which is going on little more deeply. Asit Rananganam. And how that Ranangana was? Gayat Veta Kula Sankve. Asid Rananganam Gayat Vetala Kula Sankulam. All the groups and group of Vetalas are singing the songs, celebrating the party. Then at that time, Kvanat Kankala Kankastha Kanka Kakola Keliyat. So on the bones, etc., which are making kana kana shabda, on that the skeletons, etc., all these Kanka Pakshis are falling and they are making their own krida. Skeletons के ऊपर गिरकर एक कंका पक्षी अपना मौज कर रहे हैं. Then अथ काष्ठचिता ज्वाल सतारांबर भास्वरम. So the chita of the kashtas, the dead body is being burnt. In that light, the akasha tarakas are seen, or the chingariya coming are like the tarakas only. Then pachat pacha pacha shabdi medo mam samayanalam. All these dead bodies are being burnt, जो सैन्य मर गए ऐसे होलसेल में जला रहे. So the medaha, the fat, the mamsaha, the flesh, then uh, also the bone, etc. All of them, when they are burning, it is giving the pacha pacha shabda. That flesh and that burns. That shabda pacha pacha is very clearly heard. भयंकर है. ओहो, मेरे को तो देख के डर ही लगा. पचत पच पचा शब्दी मेदो मांसमय अनलम. The fire burning the meda and mamsa, making pacha pacha shabda. Then sarvanga asti sputa spota sutachiti chayonmukham. Then all the different angas, the kapalas, the bones, when they are getting burnt and getting broken in that fire, sputa shabda they are making. समझ गए ना. कई हड्डियां टूटने का आवाज, कपाल टूटने का आवाज, all the meja majja burning, that smell or that आवाज everywhere is seen. Then Vetalalanaarabdha Jalalilatirohitam, the wives of the Vetalas, the Vetala trees, they started doing the Jalakrida. Where is the Jala? The Rakta Jala only, they are swimming there, they are enjoying. वेरी रेयरली उनको मिलता है ऐसा अकेशन. कभी कभार युद्ध होता है, तो फुल ऑफ द ब्लड दे आर एंजॉयिंग इन दैट द वेताल ललनास. देन श्व काक यक्ष वेताल ताल कोलाहलोल्बणम. सो दिश्वाना द dogs, crows, yaksha, bhetala, bhutagana, all of them are making so much of kolahala shabda. Like evening time in the markets, if you go, the fruits or vegetables are sold, they are shouting ye cost wo cost करके. कैसा होता है sound? So the dogs are barking, crows are making sound, bhuta betal are making sound in the ranangana, seeing those dead bodies and each one of them collecting, eating and all. वो भयंकर sound दिख रहा है, like a bus stand or railway station. थोड़ा कम हो गया आजकल. People have become unnecessarily decent nowadays, not talking, a morning face, good morning, all the time. But earlier ऐसा नहीं होता था. बंदे को जानते या ना जानते, वैसे तो नहीं जानने का प्रश्न ही नहीं होता. Everybody knows everybody. They talk, how are you, where are you, what are you doing, not seen yesterday. इतना आवाज बस स्टैंड में गूंजता रहता, मजा आता था. अब तो सब दे सिट प्लास्टरिंग द माउथ, एज इफ सब कोई हत्या करके आए हैं, ऐसा दिखता है. यू सी इन द फ्लाइट्स एंड ट्रेन्स, स्पेशली इन द एसी की तेसी कोच, nobody talks to anybody. At least in the general coach, they talk to each other. Thoda. People have become very selfish, materialistic, and bad also. Therefore, I am bad, so you think I am bad. You don't want to talk to me. I also know you are bad. I also feel इनसे क्या बात करें. This is how the people have lost the goodness, therefore not even talking. You have to learn from this Betala and all, they are talking to each other. So, all the Shwakaka Yaksha Vetala Tala Kolahala Ulbadam. They are Tali Bajare, Kolahar Karre, enjoy kar. Then Gamagamena Bhutanam Samuddina Vanopamam. The beings coming, going means flying and landing and coming, going, taking the dead bodies, eating them, all of that together happening like a forest in the sky only. Some Uddina Vana Upamam. थोड़ा सा ऊपर उठा हुआ जंगल की तरह सब दिख रहा है. They are like trees की तरह होंगे वो लोग. They're all in Sukshma Rupa, but Vasishtha ji can see them. Then Raktamam Savasamedo Harana Vyagra Dakini. All the Dakini Prishajas are Vyagra, very busy in Harana, collecting and packing Raktamam Savasa. जो भी खून है, मांस है, हड्डियां हैं, फ्लैश है, अंत्र है, टू कलेक्ट देम देर ऑल बिजी. अपने अपने पॉलिथीन में डाल रहे होंगे टिफिन बॉक्स में. दैट इज द सीन. भयंकर. देन Charvita sruk vasamamsa sravat srukki pishachakam. Some of the pishachis are chewing the mamsa and chewing all the noodles of the antra vagara and drinking the blood, and from their mouth that is falling down. एक छोटे बच्चों को आपको चॉकलेट खिला तो पूरा मुंह से गिरता है. छोटे बच्चे एंड ऑल्सो द ओल्ड मैन, because the mouth and all are no more in control. मुंह में चॉकलेट लगाया, that melts and falls and that doesn't know also the child. So too, these pishachis are eating that all flesh and blood. It is oozing out from the mouth. Charvita, asruk, vasa, mamsa and sravat. श्रुक की पिशाचकम. अब्बा, पिशाचियों के मुंह से आधा खाया हुआ गिर रहा है नीचे. देन मध्य मध्य चितालोका प्रकटा श्रुक्षव प्रजम. Between when the chitta is blazing because some flesh etc is burnt, more fire at that time the dead bodies and the blood are seen. Otherwise it is darker, more darker, but in between when the chitta agni grows more, these were seen clearly. Madhya Madhya Chitta Loka Prakta Asruk Shava and Praja. Then Virupika Niyamana Swam Sanyasta Mahashavam. So find then Virupika Niyamana Swamsa Nestamahashavam, the Bhayankara looking, these Rakshasis, Pishachi, they were carrying big dead bodies on their shoulder, and that was appearing to be so frightening. Next, hmm, उत्तंडव उग्र कुंभांड मंडलोड्डामरोदरम. So Bhayankara Kumbhanda named Vishachas also moving here and there. Uttandava Ugra Kumbhanda Mandala Uddamara Udaram. तो बड़ा उधर लगाकर कुंभांड नेम्ड पिशाचिस मूविंग हियर एंड देयर. देन छमि छमित प्रलापांतम मेदो सृग बाष्पसाम्बुदम. So there, from the again fire, the burning this time of the blood, etc., giving the sound of chimi chimi chimi. Like गरम तवे पे पानी डालते हो, छिम छिम साउंड आता है ना, like that the sound in between, like the drums पीछे से. The one fellow who plays so many instruments suddenly झे करके मारता है वो. So in between, the blood coming out of the vessels, burnt and giving that chim chim sound. So chami chamit pralapa antam medosruk bashpasa ambudam. Then vahadrakta nadiram ho ruda bhuchara rupinam. So then vahadrakta nadiram ha ruda bhuchara rupinam. So bhuchara rup, the bhuchara, even the akasha charas, when they were walking, became bhuchara because their feet were stuck up in the the mud made out of the blood there. Blood and mud मिलकर जो पुल बना, उनके पांव ऐसे उसमें धस गए. They are not able to fly, so they are like the bhuchara only. Next one, Vetala kula kankala karshana kula kalakam. Then when the Betalas are taking away the dead bodies, the Kankapakshis are flying on them, landing on them, and plucking some of the pieces of that flesh. Then Mrute Bhodara Manjusha Supta Vetala Balakam. Mruta Ibha, the huge elephants dead, their inner stomach parts are already taken and eaten by the foxes or other Rakshasas, Pitas, Pishachas, or the dogs. Now it's like a big box only empty, of the elephant. In that, Murta Iva Udara, it's like a Manjusha. Manjusha is a box, Petika. In that, Supta Vetala Balakam. The Vetala children are going and hiding there, playing there, and sleeping. It comes in Bhagavad Purana also. That when Bhagavan Krishna killed that Bakasura, huge one, that flesh was dried because only the bones were there. बकासुर ना और दूसरा कौन है वो, some Rakshas. For many days it became a toy for the children. They used to go inside and come out, play the game of the hiding seeking. That's what described in Krishna Avatar also. All the Gvala Balas were enjoying playing in that अस्थि पंजरा of that big राक्षस. तो here also the हाथियों के पेट को पेटिका बनाकर the वेताल children are sleeping. Okay, मृत इव उदर मंजूषा सुप्त वेताल बालकम. Then विविक्तैकरणोद्देश पास क्रीडास्तर means what? He, the outside exclusively here and there लोटे लोटे ब्लड ले जाकर some राक्षस are having their cheers party. वो भी लिखा इधर. विविक्त एक रण उद्देश, रण के एक देश में जाकर विविक्त पान क्रीडास्थ राक्षसम. The Rakshasa are doing the krida while having the wine or the prana, pana, whatever the blood that was there. Then matta vetala kalaha chitala tarano jwalam. The vetalas, having drunk and eaten, became intoxicant, taking the chitas. They are fighting with each other also. है ना वो पागल हो गए बहुत पिए तो पागल हो जाते हैं ना लाइक दैट मत्त वेताल कलह चिताला तरण उज्ज्वलम चिता वाज द आलाता दे आर यूजिंग टू fight with each other. Then vahad raktavasa mishra gandha bandhura marutam, and the whole air was filled with such an inexplicable smell of the blood and flesh, etc., getting burnt in the fire, and that Bhayankara smell all over spreading there. In the same way, Rupika Petika Vanta Ranadratarata Aravam. The Rakshasi, Pishachi, when they were eating so much, inside the digestion happening, giving that rata rata shabda. Okay. Then Ardha Pashva Shavaswada Lubdha Yaksholla Satkali. So the Yakshapishachis ate the half burnt bodies, dead bodies. For that sake, they were pulling. They are fighting with each other. Dead bodies are burnt, so that is more tasty. So they were fighting for that Ada Pakawa dead bodies. Then all these Tara Pato Tungavanga Kalinganga Tangananga Tangananga Lagat Katam Kagam. So these Tunga, Vanga, Kalinga, etc. The Prajas came, they all dead and fallen there. Onto their bodies, the birds which fly in the night time, they are falling there, landing there. Then what? Huh? Tarapatopamaha sat sammukajwalarupigam. And when the Pishachis were enjoying and laughing, smiling, their teeth are appearing like from the sky the stars have fallen on the ground. Then patat vetala sollasa madhyastha srug virupikam. So some of the Vetalas are walking and they slipped and fell in the blood pool. Looking at that, the Pishachis were laughing at them. That is also written here. Patat Vetalasa Ullasa Madhyastasrug Virupikam. Then Pishacha Karinita Bhyarna Yogini Gana Nayakam. So the Pishachi Gana is inviting or calling the Yogini Ganas there. Okay, Yogini Gana Nayakas to play the play there. That's how. Then Prastrutantra Mahatantri Praya Sampanna Vadanam. So when the thing these Pishachis etc. were pulling the various Astra Shastra from the hands of the dead bodies there, those pulling is giving the sound like the Veena Vadana is going on. करके खींचते हो ना that sound. Then the most terrible thing is what? Prastrutantra Mahatantri Praya Sampanna Vadanam. Then Pishacha Vasana Utkranta Pishachi Bhuta Manava. The Manavas, the Yodhas, were about to die when they half dead beyond the body, half in the body. Na? So the half dead people, they were watching these Pishachas, so much frightened that their minds were filled with that Pishacha Vritti. When they died, they are becoming like that. Then. Like Gita mein, yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tejatyante kalevaram tam tame vaidi kauntaya. Whatever bhava you have at the time of death, you will get that. So पिशाचों को सोचते सोचते जो कुछ लोग मरकर they became like that only. Then next one is what? Rupika lokana purva trasarthamruta sadbhatam. Okay. Uh-huh. Mhm. See, Rupika alokana purva trasa ardhamruta sadbhatam. The half dead people seeing the pishachas, totally they died. Like that. Then, or those who are alive, looking at them frightened, they became half dead. Thereafter, Kvachit Vetala Rakshobhi Ravari Purnamadragam. And in another place, Vetala Rakshasas, together they were singing and dancing and they were enjoying. Then, Sarupika Skandapata Shavatrasta Nishacharam. So these Vetalas, when they were collecting the dead bodies and going ahead, seeing that the other Rakshasas, they were frightened. Then Navasanghatita Purva Bhutapetaka Sankatam. So the whole Akasha is filled with these type of scenes there. Then Atiprayatnapahrita Priyamana Naramisham. So this Pishachi Ityadi Gana were with lot of difficulty pulling out the dead bodies for their own eating. Then what is happening? Swabhakshapeksha paksheshu vikshipta shavarashimatu. So groups of pisachas came. कुछ छोटे भी होंगे कोई बूढ़े भी होंगे so छोटे बूढ़े seated some place all the young jawan pishachis collecting the dead bodies piling them up in front of them तुम खाओ करके like when your family of 20 people go to any of the dhaba all aged are there the elderly people majority sit somewhere even children the youngsters go and if it is a self service वाला सारा वॉट एवर इज ऑर्डर्ड एक एक प्लेटा लाकर सामने रखते हैं कि नहीं सेम थिंग दैट स्वभक्ष्य अपेक्षा पक्षेशु to feed their own people they are bringing the dead bodies and piling up vikshipta shavarashimat then shiva mukhanala shikha khandottamiti raktagaihi then hmm, some of them who were in the Yuddha got unconscious. After some time, in the night time, when they became conscious, when they saw the entire place, they were so frightened. Samuddina Navashoka Pushpaguchamivabhitaha. So the scene was unexplicable to all of them. And I liked this most one. Interesting. Last one. Ki kavanda kandaravanda vyagra vetala balakam. The vetala balakas are very vyagra busy in seriously doing a work, a play. What are they doing? The heads they are collecting. The trunks they are collecting. Of the Sainya who died. वो जोड़ने का कोशिश करे किसका सर है किसका मुंडी है they are playing. Okay, Kavanda Kandara Bandha Vyagra Vetala Balaka. For the children in the school, they give match the following one table. They make the pieces, these children have to match. And the whole class was doing 40 minutes. एक लड़के ने 1 मिनट में देकर कन बना के दे दिया. Teachers were surprised. Others are taking, how did you do that? That fellow was so intelligent. He made the whole puzzle ulta. That was a small something which is familiar. उसने इसको जोड़ दिया सीधा वाला हो गया. So here also they were matched the following. They were playing. And which elephant's head belongs to which elephant, horse head to horse, Sainya to Sainya. They were trying to fix the bodies and the heads just like that. Kavanda Kandara Banda Vyagra Vetala Balakam. Then the last one is what? Yaksharaksha Pishachadika Pishachadi Kachat Akashaga Ulmukam. when these Yaksharaksha Pishachas are moving in the sky, they were looking like the mashal only. They are like the burning eyes, burning hair, that's everything looking like this torch, the burning torch. In this way, Akasha Bhutara Nikunja Guhantakala Pindopamandita Tamombuda Pithapuram. So the Akashas, sky, the mountains, the whatever the forests are there, all of them fully filled with the darkness of the night, like the dark clouds. So at that time, Vyalola Bhuta Ravasakula, the Bhuta Pretas are doing so much of Rabasa with their Vyalolata. How it was appearing? Kalpavata Vyadhuta Loka Karakandaka Peta Kalpam. At the time of Pralaya Kala, the heavy wind when it blows, how it looks like the Ranabhumi filled with all the Bhuta Pretas was appearing to be like that, so terrible and frightening. So, in this way, though we have simply explained to you meaning, if I have put the music behind of all the Bhuta, Preta, Ratri ka Samay, unka alag alag आवाज tomorrow you will not come to class. Huh? Thank God I did not make all those arrangements here and present it to you. The live scene of, or the almost live looking scene of the Bhuta Preta at the night time in that Yuddha Kshetra. Baki to, you can imagine how they must be fighting with each other, running here and there, plucking the dead bodies, chewing them and pulling them. Bapre Bap. All of that. Iti आर्षे वासिष्ठ महारामायणे वाल्मीकि उत्पत्ति प्रकरणे निशाचराकुल रात्रि ರಣಾಂಗ ವರ್ಣನ ನಾಮ ಏಕೋನ ಚತ್ವಾರಿಂಶ ಸರ್ಗಃ. First time I think in our last 580 days, one full sarga we have done in one day. Thanks to the Bhuta Preta. Because of them, we finished it quickly. I didn't want to put it for tomorrow. फटाफट हो गया. रात को सोना है बाबा. Isn't it? This is over. Now, in this way, Yuddha Kshetra, after the Yuddha, and night time after Yuddha, all things were Varnita. Now, Samara Samanantara Samsmriti Anubhava Varnana. Okay, in the next Sarga 40, 41, full pure Tattva Jnana will happen, for which the whole text is there. Sri Ramji will be asking questions. Our Vaashishtha will be answering. Then later on, Bhranti Vichara Varnanam. In that Bhranti Vichara Varnana, then this Raja Viduratha, unka bhi Varnana aata hai. And Mother Saraswati and Leela, they appear and he recognizes them. And there is a very good discussion, the question answer happens between that Raja Viduratha and Mother Saraswati. She gives answer to the Viduratha's prashna. That is how he gains that jnana. Leela is standing next only. In this way, these next to 2-3 sargas are full of Tattva Jnana. 40, 41, 42. And yes, then again 43 onwards, 1 or 2 sargas further describe the Yuddha Bhumi and the places around. Thereafter, Jagat Brahma Varnana will be there. Somehow, these kathas which are told will be utilized by Vaashishtha ji to convey only Tattva Jnanam. And this is little heavy, not simple like Upanishads. Upanishads are so simple. They are all masters of that. And the difficulty in this text is because first time I am studying. Everything I am studying with you only. Not that Dasobar Pravachan Karke I remember. After all, this also is a human being, no? Question of remembering all of that is always there. So, first time for me too, therefore little difficulty, yet we are, if not fully satisfactorily, contentingly, थोड़ा सा चलो गाड़ी चल रही है, इतनी तृप्ति तो होगी जरूर. सर्वं रामार्पणम्. ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेव अवशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो परमर्षिभ्यो परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे नमः. तत्सत्. Brahmarpanamastu. Thus we have done one text today. Two more are there. Let us study in Hindi now. Laghu Vakyavrutti. After that, Ramacharitamanasa Aranyakanda. We started yesterday because of Navaratris. Thank you.